All right, Jason was saying that. Well, it did say.
All I need is one life, one try, one breath on one man. What I stand for speaks for itself. They don't understand and want to see me on top. They don't understand and want to see me on top. They don't understand and want to see me on top. They don't understand and want to see me on top.
So a couple things are happening. One, Jason said he needs to show up. I don't know if that's happening today. He didn't say anything. Oh, interesting. Well, whenever Bandcamp tells me that, I just move on because, yeah, that's a sign that, the band doesn't have. I don't know how it's all set up. I could look into it more, I guess. I'm looking at myself here, but yeah, if I get to that point, I always turn it off as a sign of respect, I guess. Just sitting here. I mean, I am like giving the band some some promo here. Although I probably don't do as good a job as I should of like actually saying it in audio in case people are listening and not watching. But yeah, so we're gonna listen to Ancestral Cult, which is an album by Ard out of Berlin, Germany. And saying where the people are from is maybe important because, in case I'm pronouncing it wrong, then, but you can see the URL up there at the top. It's ardberlin.bandcamp.com, so ardday. Yeah, we're gonna listen to this. I'm gonna stretch because Wendy's gonna be coming home soon. I said there were a couple things. I don't know how soon Wendy's coming. Wendy's on call. I am also on call, so I might get called, but it's not super likely. But anyway, I need to stretch. So I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna wait and see if Jason shows up. Hey, I was just saying you might, let me get my headset here. I hadn't quite gotten everything set up. I guess I don't super need it, actually, the headset. You can hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I gotta turn you up. I guess the only thing is if there's feedback from, you're talking to. If there's feedback, I'll go find my headset. But otherwise, I'll not worry about it. So the way that I've done this, I don't know. Well, I'll ask. Have you watched any of the videos?
It's been a while.
They're sort of not really made for. I mean, I do sometimes sort of like talk to the camera, but it's I know based on the view counts that people aren't watching them. So. I don't really think of them as a source of record. I mean, and the other thing that, is for sure a thing is that I cull them from the PeerTube. Not all of them. Like the one from the 9th is up there right now. One from the 1st is there. But yeah, there's limited space on the PeerTube, and they're largely not very interesting without an attendee. But this one we'll keep as a proof that as someone has actually attended one of these. So we were talking about the Netlabels earlier today via email for the panel.
Yeah.
Was there more you wanted to discuss on that, or?
Well, I just think that what you shared in the email chain made sense. Just in regards to, you may as well start with those that participated last year.
Yeah,
Go straight from netlabelday.org and pick out a few of those.
Yeah,
and at least start from there.
Yeah, I think
I will say Monster Jinx is one I definitely would consider reaching out to. I dig them.
Yeah, I was looking at my mouse on my the monitor that monitors the video. I'm like, why is the mouse not moving? Oh, it's because it's not. Yeah, it's like a brain meld. Two of the same thing happening. Which one is the real one? So the Netlabelist panel is the last panel, which means it is it's the latest. I guess that's kind of tautological at that point. But let's see what. I don't think it ends up actually being like super late in Europe. Portugal. Yeah. So wait. Well, I guess AM versus PM doesn't matter. It's still a 6-hour gap. So it's only 9:30 in Portugal, the 3:30 time slot. So that's not super late, especially since we're having it on a Saturday. So I think that's probably doable. I haven't asked Cheese and Pot C to be involved because they're in Japan and like the artist panel. I think that starts at 2. Is that the one right before it? No, the artist is the second one, but so that might actually even be like worse. 1:30 Central in Japan. They're night owls. Yes, so they're night owls, but the 1:30 time slot is 3:30 a.m. for them. So I don't think they're that much of night owls. So, yeah. But the artist one, maybe I do need to follow up with people more because, like, it took Mike a while to get back to me. So, yeah. But I guess we only have one artist confirmed. So if there's, a specific artist that you or would want to be on the panel, then I just say hit them up.
Okay.
And we like Nicholas Burgess responded, but he was like, it was definitely not a yes. That was kind of like, I know Nicholas well enough to where I didn't completely just mark him off. Like the Funkwell response was like, it seems like a no, but they didn't say no. That was a strange one. Yeah. If anybody knows anybody over at C Mixter, I'd really love to get them involved. Yeah, haven't heard back from Emily. So, at some point, I could go through maybe we should think about what is sort of maximum capacity, because, we could just send out a lot of invites, but it's not like, it's not like a, hey, come attend this invite. It's like, be a member of the panel. So all of a sudden, if you get 20 people that say yes, then that's kind of a problem. I feel like.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the number is. I mean, like maybe any more than like 6. I don't know.
Yeah. You might want to you might want to cap it at 5 if
Okay.
we get that far in a
Sure.
panel.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because like you said, it's not as if we have a whole lot of time within panels and between panels,
Right. Yeah.
and there may very well be a Q&A that jumps off within the last, say, 10 minutes of a particular panel. If the conversation is really hopping within tech or amongst artists or those that we decide, or those who choose to show up for the Netlabel, the curators,
Yeah.
if the conversation's really hopping, it can be hopping between 3, 4, 5
Yeah.
people.
Right. Exactly.
And that's that's a that's a keeper for an archive either way.
Yeah. I mean, originally we were shooting for 4, which, we haven't exceeded that. I'm just, I mean, worried is maybe too strong of a word, but like, I have emailed more than 4 people. I get like,
Right.
and
Right.
most of the people have not said no. They've just
Mhm.
not responded. I mean, like we have gotten some no's, like Tom Ray. He can't do Saturdays. Like if we did it during the week, he'd do it. Is that the only no that I've gotten? No, I just didn't. For some reason, I accidentally marked out Donnie Ozone's name. I should put his name back on here in the strike through, so no one else invites him. I just realized that. I was like, I feel like I talked to more people. Donnie is traveling, so he is not going to be available. The other thing that I'm a little concerned about. Well, I'm not concerned about it yet. I am trying to not make this a problem. Like P.U.C.K is on the artist panel and Mike is on the Netlabelist panel. Like I don't want it to be too heavily Block Sonic. And I did ask Sean and the Silent Partner. So like we could approach that pretty easily. So probably I want to give TSP and Sean a little time before I ask anybody else from Block Sonic. Do you listen to P.U.C.K's show? Are you aware of it?
I am familiar with it. I've seen a few episodes in the past. I am subscribed to his YouTube channel, so I do see what's coming up and when those shows land.
Yeah, he'll be great on the panel. So I'm really glad that he was able to join. If you see me messing with my over here, we got a cat who's chewing on a cable. Are you mad because Wendy put water on your food? She does that every day, dude. I'm gonna bring them some food. It's gonna be the same food that's all like clumped up because it was wet, but
Life with cats.
where'd your brother go? Yeah, okay. I'm using brother in the literal sense, not like, hey, you're cats that live in the same household sense. We do that sometimes with my dog too, but it's easier with, or more clear maybe with him because it's his sister that lives on the other end of the hall. So we don't have any female animals, so there's no confusion. Oh, anyway, he's not biting on my computer equipment anymore, so he doesn't seem happy with his food choice, but he's at least not buying things. This one also, he likes to play on my indoor bike, which is not a huge problem, except that I have a very expensive saddle on the bike, so I didn't put my cover on it, and I knew he was about to jump up there, as he did as soon as I put the cover on it, which is fine. I'm not concerned about him ripping it up through the cover, really. I mean, it's just like a cotton pillowcase, like it kind of like a thicker cotton pillowcase. It's not like it's like a lot of protection, but I think it's probably enough. Any case, yeah. So, oh yeah, I did make a list of. Okay, so I'm gonna take Sean off the short list since I actually did ask him. And see, like, I'd like to ask Eddie, and Eddie does stuff like out of Black Sonic. I don't know. Like, how many Black Sonic artists is too many, I guess? Like, you know? I don't know.
I mean, Eddie would be a great get.
Yeah.
I wouldn't argue with Eddie. I wouldn't argue with having Eddie on. I really wouldn't.
Yeah, let me just email him, and then Eddie will. I mean, unless he's busy, Eddie will do it. I'm pretty sure.
If I can find a legit contact for Flower Pot Records, I think I really need to reach out to them.
I actually already did, but yeah, I just sent him a message on Bandcamp.
Okay.
But
okay.
You know, I guess you could do it too, and then you know maybe they'll be like, oh, there's more than one person that's doing this thing. You know. I used to get people that would respond from Bandcamp back when I was doing. Of course, I did a lot more of these emails, but back when I was scheduling for Music Monument, you know, like we had a guest every week, and people would respond back from Bandcamp, but I haven't gotten a response back from somebody off their Bandcamp form in a long time. I mean, I couldn't tell you how long. I mean, I don't know, but so maybe it's not as far back as I think, but I think it's been a minute.
Was it post Music Monument?
Oh, you mean with getting somebody back? See, I don't know. That's the thing.
Okay.
I mean, I know they used to happen, but I mean, the thing is, too, is like, I mean, my guess would be probably not, because, you know, we were sort of doing the CC listening parties were very much like an in-crowd thing. You know, we weren't like looking for new people to join. I mean, we wanted more people to join, but like it was just a thing for people to do in the community. And we tried having like a separate one for Asia for a little while. Because the problem was like having Cheese and Pot Sion meant that like you needed to be like really early for the West Coast, and we just couldn't find anything that like worked for everybody. But we did do that for quite a while. I mean, and then it sort of it didn't sort of morph. It morphed into like me and Donnie kind of giving it a go for. I think we got through like 20 episodes or something like that, and then it sort of, for a very short time, was like an interview thing that I was doing. And then it died, and I sort of brought it back briefly with Obsidian, which again was not like really like an interview thing. And now I'm doing JJJ, which, you know, will probably lead to me messaging people on Bandcamp. I mean, I have messaged people on Bandcamp for some of that stuff. So I know I sent a message to Lost Frog, which is like, I think they're like a pre-CC net label. I think they go back to like 95 or 96. But they're definitely like the oldest net label in Japan.
I didn't think Lost Frog went back that far. Damn.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they do. Bandcamp had a Bandcamp Japanese net label. What the hell?
Oh, they were a part of that article?
Yeah. Yeah, they were on the Japanese net label. So a lot of these are not CC. I don't even remember if any, maybe none of them were except Lost Frog. 1992.
Okay.
Now their Bandcamp catalog might not go back that far, but yeah. Let's see how far their Bandcamp catalog goes back to 2003. But yeah, they were doing cassettes in the 90s.
Okay.
So, you know, I mean, I guess like we're maybe stretching the definition of a net label if we're going back to 1992 when they were doing cassettes. But you know, I mean, 2003 is still pretty old.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I will drop this article on the screen. I'll drop it in the chat for you. You won't be able to see it because, well, unless you decide to open up the live stream. Because, yeah, I mean, I could share it in Jitsi, and I don't know, it's just kind of, I haven't quite figured out the magic of running Jitsi and OBS at the same time. But yeah, for the folks on the stream, if anybody decides to watch this one, there's an article from 2023 exploring Japanese net label deep cuts, and yeah, Lost Frog Productions. So, you know what we could do if you wanted. I don't have a hard stop. I mean, these generally last half an hour. But what we could do is we could listen to this track that they have picked out from Lost Frog. So what I will do is I will actually share. I think I can share. Okay, I see. Share video, share audio. Is the share screen is different? Okay, start screen sharing. So, not that like it's any big thing. Now, I guess the question is, I'm gonna press this play button, but it didn't go through share audio. Let me know if you can hear the audio.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I can hear it.
So, well, how does that sound? It's 5-minute track. You wanna give it a roll here?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So this is the track "Radio" by Sponge Cake Man. I'm gonna play it even if it's not CC. I think they're one of the ones that like not everything is CC, but let's go find out. Maybe all their stuff is CC. I'm just thinking they're not. This one is. I was gonna play it anyway, but oh, and it's a good thing they picked this one and not the other ones because the other ones are like 10 and 20 minutes. So yeah, "Radio" by Sponge Cake Man. Oh, okay. So one is All right, I'm confused now. So I think radio is the album. Okay, so the track is Sponge Cake Man DJ Set. Okay, here we go.
ああ、やっぱし海だ。
I realized that's I unmuted myself on Jitsi, but I didn't unmute the mic on OBS, so anybody that watches this will miss that. But probably not that many people are gonna watch it. But in any case, yeah, that may be why I haven't paid much attention to this, because they kind of are not doing anything anymore. It looks like bit of a bummer. I did find that. I guess since I'm already sharing the screen, I will do this on this screen. So this album here, not CC. So I don't know why. Looks like most of their stuff is CC, but some of it's not. So that's, I don't know, not the most uncommon thing in the world. I mean, we have at Block Sonic a few things that are not CC for a variety of different reasons.
Right.
Are you familiar with those stories, Jason?
A few of them. I think
Okay.
you might have even told.
Sorry, I turned you like way down. Let me I turn you up. I turned you down because I don't have my headset on, so like the volume of the music was like, it was loud for me to like talk over.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
And besides that, music regular is loud enough, but most things Lost Frog Productions is like super loud if you have the volume up. They have a high tolerance for noise over there.
Fair enough. Yeah.
You may have even told one or two of those stories on the two-parter for B-Sides that we did.
Oh, yeah. Well, so the TLDR on both of them, I guess, is we have the commercial stuff that goes through what is the name of the distributor? I'm blanking, but anyway, we have a distributor for our commercial stuff, and I don't know that they wouldn't, but we weren't able to work it out so that those were CC. The other thing, which is probably more interesting, is that we made the decision on, I think only on the Crazy Shits stuff, or no, on the Puck Crew stuff, and maybe in the Crazy Shits is like, I don't know if it's a side project. It's sort of like a sub project. It's funny that the Puck Crew and the Crazy Shits are like those were Canadian bands, but they've kind of done the Japanese Idol thing now that Cheese and Matsuya are in Japan, where like there's the Puck Crew, but then there's like this subgroup that's called the Crazy Shits, which is that's hilarious to me, because that's just such a like Japanese Idol thing to do, even though all of that happened before they were in Japan. That was totally during their like. Actually, that might not be true. Maybe some of the Crazy Shit stuff was in Japan. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's still funny since they're not at all like part of that scene. But in case, their older stuff like had so many like samples that we were just like, like it's out there on the internet, but we didn't feel comfortable, like suggesting to people that it was like okay to like share and like sample and stuff, like most of the stuff that we that we release is CCBYSA, and we're like, if somebody like remixes this and then like it gets big and then they get sued or it just gets taken down, then like we've kind of put them in a position to fail. So that was sort of the reasoning, is we didn't want to be the reason why people got in trouble. Like if somebody sends us a cease and desist or whatever, it's like, whatever, we'll take it down. It's not a big deal, but we didn't want to get other people in trouble. So that's the only reason for for the Puck Crew stuff being under a an all rights reserved. We don't actually say all rights reserved. I guess partially because I don't know actually. I'm gonna look and see if our commercial stuff, do we list it as all rights reserved or do we list it as alt copyright? Yeah, we just don't say anything. Oh yeah, okay. So it's we list, so like the Awesome Dre Hardcore Committee, that's all rights reserved. But the Puck Crew stuff, we don't actually put all rights reserved. Mike came up with I don't know if Mike came up with it. I didn't come up with it. So he may have gotten it from somewhere else. But are these dudes not on the first page? The crazy shits are on the first page, but the Puck Crew is not. Oh, there we are. Why is this shit not showing? Oh, I just needed to press next. I know you can't see it. I'm on a different screen, but so I will, now that I know where this is. I'll go back to the sharing screen. This copyright alt thing. Do we say we don't really say what this is, but I think what the point of this is that it does say all rights reserved here. So he's, I don't know what the ALT is really supposed to be for, to be honest. Let's see if we get this view on, because I was on the album page so maybe it is the same thing for Awesome Dre. Yeah, so it just doesn't say anything here, but then if you go to the page, it says all rights reserved. So yeah, it says Block Sonic LLC or Block Global LLC, all rights reserved. And I don't know if this is interesting to anyone but me, but does this say the same thing? Okay, so the commercial stuff is listed as Block Global, all rights reserved, and this one is listed as Block Sonic, all rights reserved. I'm not really sure there's much distinction to be made there anyway, but I was thinking what Mike was probably going for with this. Okay. So okay. So let's go to one that's listed as CC. So I was thinking that it was going to be a copyright, but then he was going to have this text attached, which is basically like, hey, you can use this. But I guess it makes sense not to put that, because the whole point is that we're not going to tell you. We could probably do something like, we don't care, but don't blame us if you get in trouble. That would be the appropriate version for this. So yeah, I mean, I guess the idea is that we're not trying to, nobody's trying to claim this is all their original work. They've got samples in there, so that's the idea. And then for this one, I guess this was like a post. I don't actually know, because like these things came out in 2021, and I mean, some of this stuff, I guess this is when we released it on Block Sonic, but like Fuck Gary Bedman is from like the 90s. That's like really old. So yeah, you can see, yeah. I mean, 1990. Well, it says 98, but that means 1998. That's when this was released originally. So this is the Block Sonic pre-release of this stuff. Yeah, and you can see here, or 1999. Again, probably not that many people are going to watch this, but I will go ahead and plug, since we're talking about the Puck Crew. that I recently did a interview with those guys. And if you're in the Vancouver area, did I put the dates on here? No, I think I put them on the YouTube. So they've got a show coming up, and when I say they, I think it's just going to be, well, it's not going to be Cheese. I think they're going to get some of the original band, but it'll be P.U.C.K and Long John. Cheese is not coming over from Japan. But yeah, so P.U.C.K and Long John, and maybe some of the original like guitarists and stuff like that too. We'll be doing a show, and it's at the Wolf, which I believe is in Maple Ridge, not strictly speaking in Vancouver, just outside of Vancouver, but I don't remember the day. So you'll have to watch the video or go to the YouTube. I'm pretty sure I put it on the YouTube version, so I need to pull the description. The thing about Jitsi,
Alright.
this is one of those things that I don't know anybody cares about, but I'm gonna say it anyway. If you put your YouTube description in when YouTube or when PeerTube pulls it from YouTube, then it will pull the description. But there's no like ongoing sync. Like all it does is like, hey, we uploaded this video, and then once it's done that check, it doesn't do any like, oh, this video has changed, I'll change it. So like I need to get better about like doing all of the stuff on YouTube, that way I don't have to do it twice. So yeah, but all right, in any case, I should probably get some water in me. I'm not feeling, I don't feel terrible, but yeah, I know what this feels like. I've been on enough bike rides to know that I haven't had enough water, so I should probably fix that. But before I do that, do you have anything that you would like to share with me, or any potential people that stumble upon this?
For the potential people who stumble upon this, that last screenshot was of Jibber Jabber Jambalaya, episode 3. I'm about halfway through that episode. It is super fun.
Yeah,
And it is worth watching, particularly for their stories in regards to the dearly departed Brother Yukon Sleeman, aka Yuck MC. I really appreciated those stories from them.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. There's also a celebration of life on May 4th for Yuck MC. Those details are also on the YouTube. I don't remember any of that, except I remember May 4th because P.U.C.K was like, yeah, I go back on May 3rd, but like that flight was like already booked before Yuck passed, and he's like, you know, the change fees are like ridiculous. So, but yeah. So yeah, check that out. I will put that on the PeerTube too after I go get something to drink. Yeah, I've been, so the main reason I haven't asked you to be on the JJJ is because your audio and video is not always great, but it seems like it's been, well, you haven't been doing video this time, but the audio's been
That's
fine.
just it.
Yeah.
If you know, I gotta open it up for like 30 seconds so people make sure that I'm not a bot, and then go back.
Yeah.
Give them glimpses of me. You know, that's basically how I got to do this. But yeah, I get it. You know, Jitsi and I aren't friends. I don't know what it is. We have irreconcilable differences. I have no idea what that's about.
You're like way up north in the Bronx, right?
Actually, just north of that. Okay. I'm close to the Bronx border.
Okay.
I'm close to that border.
I think Eddie's in the Bronx too, or in the Bronx, actually. I think he's up north as well.
Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy that we haven't met in person yet. Yeah. I'm in Mount Vernon. I'm pretty sure he's in Yonkers. He may very well be on or near, relatively near, one side of a Bronx border, and I know I'm close to the close to like another side of the
Yeah,
Bronx border.
yeah,
But I'm probably a bus ride away from this guy.
yeah. Well, what you guys should do is like go to like a coffee shop and then we could record. You guys could record a dual show, and you would have a good video maybe. Have the coffee shop ambience as well.
Yeah. We need to siphon some of that good Wi-Fi from a coffee shop and
Yeah.
put it to good use. Since we're on the topic of various things in regards to CC Music and Netlabels and all of that, we're trying to get some things going as best we can. Going to see what happens in the summer in regards to Net Label Day, which falls on a Monday this year.
Yeah.
So we've started thinking about the possibilities of a Net Label week for those who won't be able to participate proper on the day. Well, I have finally released the damn archive from the Net Label Day of 2024. So that's going to be, or rather that is, as of today, Radio B-Sots episode number 188. 120 minutes of Creative Commons music for the people. So that's out there.
One thing also about it being on a Monday, that means that it actually starts on Sunday for us in the U.S. So, you know, when it's on a Wednesday, then, you know, we're really going to be SOL. But yeah, on the Monday, we still get, I think it starts at like 5 a.m. the day before for us. So we actually kind of get like all of Sunday. Yeah, maybe it'll be 6 for you, I guess, but still. That's most of the day. Not a whole hell of a lot of people get up before 6. I do because I have 4 cats, but most people don't do that. Sometimes I just get up and feed them and go back to bed. Actually, this morning, my alarm went off. Normally, it's not just because of the cats. I get up and then like I eat breakfast and then I get on the bike and then I get to work. You know, I like stretch and shower and then I'm ready to get to work by 8. So it takes that long, you know, basically. But this morning was we do Friday half days, and so I end up doing my bike rides in the afternoon. Usually. And this morning the alarm went off at 5 and I was just like, now that we got they're not babies anymore, but they're probably going to be kittens until the older cats die, but because they're like over a year now. Anyway, the kittens, ever since we got them, like, I don't know if it's their fault, but I guess the real thing is that I have a CPAP now, and the eldest cat actually, he's a really nice cat, like probably like the nicest cat anybody will ever meet, but he's like an anarchist. Like, I don't believe in violence, but violence against property is not violence, that sort of anarchist. And when it is time to eat, he will destroy things. Doesn't matter what it is. Like, he's not a like, I'm going to destroy things for fun kind of cat. No. If he's destroying something, that means that he thinks it's food time and you missed it. Wow. And he had taken to like biting holes in my CPAP hose. So
oh no.
We just lock them all in the guest bedroom now. Yeah, the alarm went off and I was just like, you know what, those dudes are like already in there, and like, and they always bang on the door at like 4 a.m. It's like, they already banged on the door, they're done. I'm just gonna sleep until Wendy gets up and goes to work. So that's what I did. I got probably not an extra hour because the alarm went off, but like an extra 55 minutes of sleep this morning. So yeah, I don't know. I gotta tell you, I'm not big on the cats. So, but you know, they get me out of bed. You know, like I don't know what I would do as far as the bike without the cats. I've always had cats since I've been on the bike. Dogs are annoying their own way though, so at least cats don't have to like go outside when it's -10, you know. So yeah, but yeah. All right, I need water before I like just have some sort of like like I start speaking in tongues or something. Like I can ramble whether I can ramble whether I'm hydrated or not. So
Yeah, get water, Doug.
yeah. All right, I'm gonna stop the